So I'm here with ground ivy, Glechoma hederaceae. The first part of the scientific name, Glechoma, apparently derived from the Greek, meaning mint-like plant. So as you may have guessed, this is in the mint family, the labiate family. These distinctive flowers, common to all the family. A two-lipped affair, noticeably lobed, always very prominent, ranging from these blues here to more subtle purples. But ground ivy is one of our spring flowering plants. The natural setting here under a copse of hawthorn and scrub, it quickly covers the ground with its creeping overground runners, sort of horizontal stems which have an ability to root and produce leaves from the same node, thereby enabling it to cover ground really quickly. Ground ivy is a delightful little pot herb. Used to be called alehoof because it was one of the plants used to both flavour beer with its bitterness and also to clarify it. It has interesting aromatics, sort of a cross between a mint and a sage or a thyme. So it goes really well with pulses and soups and broths, and it'll go well with meat dishes as well. Very plentiful plant, semi-evergreen. You'll find it in the depths of winter because as from its setting here underneath some tree cover, it does not require as much light. This plant has to be, for me, the best cure for stinging nettles. You simply need to take the plant and you've got to crush it up really well in your hands. You want the juices flowing, and without much effort turned into quite a slimy, dribbly mess. And it's this that you want to apply to your nettle stings. Now, without going too much into the chemistry, this plant contains volatile substances, hence the aromatic qualities. It contains some sesquiterpenes, so slightly less volatile than the top note monoterpenes that give rise to most of its smell. But just apply that to the nettle sting and it seems to counteract the histamine production. Try it for yourself, it's always growing within the nettles, far superior to docks in my eye, and the plantain. Ground ivy, much like a lot of other mints, can be used as a carminative herb to ease flatulence and digestion issues. Can also be used for sore throats. Plant has a use for tinnitus, of which you would use the infusion. So much like any other flowering plant, you'd be infusing the leaves and the flowers with hot water and leaving it to steep for maybe 7 minutes with a lid on. Or you can use a cold infusion overnight, you'll get the same extraction. So ground ivy goes in my cooking pot a lot. Great plant for a forager. Many things we can do for this culinary use as well. Keep your eye out. Won't grow higher than 12 inches. Such a little plant has so many uses.